Morning, equity guys. Welcome to Equity Guys pre-market video. I'm Manjunath, NISM technical analyst. So, what happened on Monday in the market after Indian government budget? So, Nifty 50, 262 points positive, Bank Nifty 201 points positive, then Sensex 943 points positive. So, super bullish data. Then we have India Volatility Index. India Volatility Index is minus 8.15% change. That is completely bullish data. Okay, you can expect a bullish rally on upside. Then we can see crude oil February future, which is lesser than 6,500 pre-COVID level price. So the data is bullish. Gift Nifty, fantastic. We will discuss in the end. Gift Nifty, wait for this opportunity. We will have to discuss about Gift Nifty. Okay, after Nifty 50, first Nifty 50, see it started with 25,900 levels. 25,920 acted as strong resistance zone. From there, the market had rejected, but 24,700 is a very, very strong support zone. So 24,920 was a resistance, 24,700 was a strong support zone. From there, you can see a bullish candle pattern. Then the last 2 hours, the candles had formed a bullish rally on upper side. So data is bullish. Now let's go to sectoral wise data. Nifty IT closed negative, Nifty Bank closed positive, Nifty Infrastructure closed positive, Nifty Metal sector is closed positive, and Auto sector closed positive. So out of 5 major sectors, 4 major sectors closed positive. Data is bullish. Then advance decline ratio, the advance and decline is almost neutral. But if you come to Nifty 50, the sentiment is on bullish side. You can see 39 companies closed positive. As well as Nifty Bank, you can see 9 companies closed positive. So data is bullish. Now let's go to option chain. Option chain, you have to select the expiry of today's, that is weekly expiry of 3rd February 2026. Remember, in the money call option is buying, out of the money call option is selling, in the money put option is selling, out of the money put option is selling. This is called bullish consolidation. I repeat, this is bullish consolidation. Now let's go to PCR ratio. PCR ratio, you can see it's almost 0.9. So data is neutral. Now you have the opportunity to mark support and resistance as per option chain. See, you can see here OI changes. Okay, see 24,000, 25,000. 25,000 is a first strong support zone. I repeat, first strong support zone at 25,000. Then you have OI change maximum at 24,900. So 24,900 can also be acting as a second support zone. Remember, this is option chain, not based on Gift Nifty data, what it is suggesting. So you have to see gap up, huge gap up today. So nothing to worry about the option chain. But remember how to mark it. Okay, so this is an opportunity to learn. So 25,200 will act as strong resistance zone. Okay, 25,200, 25,300 will act as strong resistance zone as per option chain. FIDA activity. So FIs are selling in cash market, DIs are buying, net worth of 500 crores of buying in cash market, but in F&O segment index futures, FIs are buying, stock futures, FIs are holding bullish side. So data might look like bullish data based on FIDA activity. Now let's go to global market. Okay, how US futures are working. So you can see US 30, US 500, US Tech 100 is neutral to bullish data. Whereas yesterday, how market closed in US. So US closed, Dow Jones closed positive, S&P 500 closed positive, Nasdaq is also positive. So data is bullish. European market is also bullish. You can see DAX, FTSE and CAC 40. Then let's go to Asian market. Now Asian market, where is Nikkei? You can see it's a bumper, huge, huge friends. It's huge, 3% up in Nikkei. So data is bullish. Hang Seng is positive, Kospi is also positive. So data is bullish. Kospi, you can see it's 4.45% positive, friends. It was once in the yesterday night, it was 5%. Okay, it was predicting it's 5% in the morning itself. It was showing 5% gap up. Now let's go to ADRs. Wipro ADR, Infosys, all ADRs are seeing an opportunity to buy it. So people grab the opportunity for buying at the lower price. Okay. Now let's go to support and resistance. Okay, which is very, very important for the day. Then I will come to Gift Nifty. Okay. So yesterday's high 25,108 will act as first resistance. Then we have 25,447. That is Budget days, second resistance, then we have 25,585 as a third resistance, like that. At the same time, you have support side 24,680, 24,571, 24,530. Okay, keep it because it required. But what is the intraday point of view and what is the investment of point of view? Before that, let's go to Gift Nifty. Where is Gift Nifty, friends? 25,972. Can you see it? Compare with Nifty February future. Use calculator. Okay, use calculator. It's almost 700 points gap up. I repeat, it's 700 points gap up. Why? The reason is India, US had made a deal. Okay, agreements. Okay, the Indian government of India and US government had signed a deal. Okay, agreement. Okay, because of that, you can see a strong. Okay, gap up. Okay, so based on this one, where we are opening somewhere near 25,690. This is the gap zone, right? So we are opening here. So you mark this support and resistance as well. Remember, so we are the huge gap up. So it will be like a buying opportunity. Okay, some people will sell off. So the market will see some volatility in today's market. That is intraday point of view. Investment point of view, yes, we had suggested you to buy at, see, weekly time frame. If you go to weekly time frame, if you go to stochastic RSI, the Nifty 50 was exactly near zero. Okay, so Nifty 50 RSI stochastic weekly time frame, it was completely zero. When it came to zero, from there, when it reached 100, it rallied for around 1,800 points. Correct? See, from here 24,300, 350 to 25,350. Okay, it is almost 2,000 points rally. So like that, you can expect a strong bullish rally on upside. See, we are not suggesting you to buy any stocks. Okay, that is first. Second, we are not saying that you have to buy it. Okay, it's just a knowledge. We are just sharing the knowledge. Okay, so based on that one, now we are expecting a huge gap up in the day. So you will expect a volatile market in today's Tuesday. Okay, being a weekly expiry, we will see a huge gap up on market. Thank you. All the best. Trade your setups, not your view or my view. All the best. Enjoy.